What up, and welcome back to another Surron in BrandenBurg video. Yo, I am having a blast with this thing. It's probably the best toy I've bought in quite some time, unless you want to count all the women in my life. But anyway, this thing is amazing. So this is a Sunday ride. This is April the 3rd. It is cold outside. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is cold out there. And I had some thermal underwear on, but my fingers were killing me. My face was frozen. It actually inspired me to buy some heated gloves and like a face mask, so I went and did that. That's a thing. But anyway, I was gonna go for a long ride, and go see some spots that I was looking at on Google Maps. I decided against it, and I just went for like a brief ride to clean and clear my head. And so I just went out there and I just went like full throttle everywhere. This little trail right here, this little track, especially on the way back, is really rough. I rode this really fast. It's real fun. You can't tell because of the GoPro stabilization. Props to those guys. But it is a really rough trail. It's fun to ride fast. I decided also that I'm gonna get a helmet cam. Well, not a helmet cam, but a helmet mount for the GoPro. They're cheap, go for like €2 or €3. I think the shipping's more than the actual item. So anyway, I'm just out here riding through the woods, just enjoying myself, and I decided I was going to go just do some trail exploring and check out a few places that were actually on Google Maps, but I just can't remember what it was, for the life of me. I don't even think I went there. I think I just ended up just driving around. So, yeah, enjoy the Brandenburg forests. So as you can see by the edit here, this turned out to be a dead end. I just turned around after sitting on top of the Autobahn for a while, and I went back. So now the reason why I'm driving slow here is because I want to go right, and right is like this pretty steep, but short downhill. And I'm looking for a place to ride down there. I'm just always looking for ways to challenge myself. I know it's not a big challenge, but this is Brandenburg. It's like it's flat. It's it's flatter than a Polish girl's butt. So it's kind of hard to find anything out here that's adventurous. No hate on Polish girls. It is what it is. So it's kind of hard to find places to actually get some traction out here. Some downhill action and some hill action. So I was like, let me find a place to go down. I did, as you can see, but that's why I was going slow there. So now what happens is you go to this area that goes underneath the train tracks. Now, if you were to follow Google Maps, going to the next available town, or the next town that I wanted to go to, you'd end up on some very, very active railroad tracks. You could cross the railroad tracks, but you'd probably be a crazy fool to do that. So you have to find a way to go under it. So what you're gonna see here is me just going to that spot. I've actually memorized the route at this point because all the good stuff is on the other side of those railroad tracks. On my side of the railroad tracks, it's nothing. It's absolute boring. As you can see, driving past people, you're going to see a lot of these people now because I'm coming up on a big city. It's not a big city, but it's a city that's close enough to Berlin that you can consider it a metroplex. It's connected to Berlin basically, and it's right on the border of Brandenburg and Berlin, and so the populace increases significantly. Just a few kilometers from my house, and so the forests are going to start filling up with people. Hiking and walking and enjoying their days off. On Sunday in the forest. Kind of ruins your ride because you'll see I slow down, necessarily for safety, of course. I don't want to ram into anybody around the corner, kill some grandma on a Sunday walk, while riding through the forest at crazy speeds. So the closer I get to the city, the slower I have to ride through the trails because there's more and more people popping up on the trails. I should probably stay on my side of the tracks, but there's less people. But it's just everything changes on my side of the tracks to this side of the tracks. Here's the tracks. Actually, you can see it. We're going underneath the bridge. Everything on this side of the bridge is just better somehow. I don't know. The grass is greener over there. Don't ask me why. But where I'm at, there's a lot of fields. There are a lot of forests, but it's really boring. And on this side, everything's much better. So this bridge here is actually, it's an awesome view on both sides of the bridge. I have another video that needs a lot more editing because it comes from like, you know, 2 video sources of what it looks like left and right here. So this video will come out before that one. Beautiful bridge, you know, left and right. And yeah, so here's where like I start running into a lot of people. We're really close to like a big city, and it's just, the forest is full of people, to the point that later on you'll see it. I'm gonna just fast forward through a section here and just put it on, you know, hyperlapse, because I had to wait so long to cross this bridge up here. You know, I have to say another thing. Another reason why I'm getting the, you know, helmet mount for the GoPro is so I don't have to do voiceovers like this. I can just do my talking while I'm riding. Right now, the camera is inside of a waterproof case, and so that's why the sound is muffled, and you hear the entire bike rattling, you know, in the microphone. So hopefully that'll fix that. Yeah, here comes this fast forward part. I'm sitting here trying to cross the bridge, and there's just a ton of people out here, you know, trying to cross the bridge also. Made my life really difficult. Not really. Now on this trail, this is probably one of the coolest places there is on this entire track. And actually, now I remember, this is why I came here. I rode this coming the opposite direction, and it was really good footage. I thought I recorded it, and I didn't. You know, I don't know why I didn't press play on the GoPro, or I turned the power off instead of on. I don't know what I did. Anyway, I don't want to come back, and I wanted to get this. And so, yeah, as you can see, I have to carry my Surron over this this little bridge here. It's like 70 kilos. I was going to jump off here, but there were some people down there, and I was thinking, what if I face plant? Because, you know, I'm still new at this thing. So getting the wheelies, you know, and getting the nose up right every single time is a bit difficult, as you're going to see here in a little bit. I almost face plant and fly over the handlebars in a little bit here in the video. More people in the way on the trail. You know, but this right here is between like a river and a lake, and it's like this really, really narrow path, you know, and that's just, it's kind of cool. When I came the other direction, I was going really fast, and so like it was really cool, and I thought I caught it on video. But today I didn't want to take the chance of, like, you know, there being people on the trail, and then, you know, someone jumps out the way and right into the river. So, because if it's me or them, it's them. And here it comes. The log that nearly face plants me. So as you can see, I'm about to pop a wheelie here. I pop a wheelie and bang, I go right over it. And that little strap you saw, that little like black strap, that was actually my helmet strap. And then you see my hand grabbing the camera to push back down, because I came over so far, I hit the GoPro on its handlebar mount, and I knocked the camera forward. So yeah, I went over that log the other way without a problem. I think this time it's because I stayed in the seat when I did the wheelie. And so when the rear tire hit the log this time, instead of, you know, being on the pegs only and not in the seat, you know, it kind of like just slammed me forward from the force, you know, of my weight being on the tire. There was like a lot of weight on the back tire, so I'm thinking that's what it was, and it just slammed the front wheel down. I did it again here just to test, and yeah, that's where I came to the conclusion that it was being in the saddle while doing the wheelie and going over that pretty big log. So guys, just, you know, for future tips, make sure you're out of the saddle when you do your wheelies over big objects, unless you want to face plant. So yeah, one great thing about the Surron, like in the month of Ramadan, when I just take a ride like this, is it's not like mountain biking where you get thirsty and sweaty and tired even on a cold day. You know, you can just chill and ride around and like see a whole bunch of stuff and still have a relaxing ride. and not get overly thirsty or hungry or something from like over exercising. You know, you do come out of the saddle, your thighs do get a workout, but it's not the same as like mountain biking itself. Yeah. So at this point, my hands are just painfully cold. I mean, my fingertips are killing me. And this is where I decided I was getting heated gloves. And so I ordered them off Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, I was just sick of being, having cold fingers at this point. My feet don't really get that cold. I mean, on other days they do, but today, my fingers were just like painfully cold. So at this point, I don't really care about people in the forest or whatever else. I'm really like, I just need to get back. And I decided once I get past this little section here, I'm just going to goose it. And that's exactly what I do. I start riding like a madman at this point because it's like, I just want to get back to the house, and into some heat. This is where it was fun, but it kind of stopped being fun in the sense of like, let me just explore around and look around. Riding is always fun, but the idea now that I'm just going to tour around and look at my power and make sure I can maximize my distance and my power, my battery levels, that's gone. And to top it off, I just did a big circle. You guys are about to see that bridge where I had to wait at for all those people to cross. I made a huge circle and came right back to it. It was really annoying. But as you can see right here, I'm really starting to book. I'm really starting to just fly through the trail. I'm tired of being cold, and now I just want to get home. Here I took a quick stop to do a map check, and I'm trying to find out where I am because I'm trying to stay off the main roads. I don't know, for some reason I hate being on the roads, even though it's a street legal bike and I can keep up with traffic. It's not something I really want to do. I don't know why. I just get this obsession with being off road. So map check here, and then that's when I realized oh man, I just drove like this huge circle. So I'm like mad, and I'm just sitting here, sort of cold and mad. This is one of the worst combinations there is. The thing that would have made it worse was being wet, But yeah. Anyway, I go out on this main road. I go across here, and again, just go back to booking it, trying to get home. you can't see it in this particular part of the video, which is another reason why I want to get a helmet cam. This trail here is made out of sand, and I've got these crappy stock Surron street tires on. I mean, they're semi off-road, but they're just terrible off-road. And this is sand, and I got the throttle wide open, and the bike is just slipping and sliding. The rear end's flying everywhere. The nose is like sliding funky. These tires are really terrible in sand. You can't see it here, but this is really like muscle work, because you really have to struggle to keep the bike upright. If you try and do that, relaxed high throttle thing to let the bike do what it wants to do, you're gonna crash. Here, I freaked out for a minute because I heard some crazy scream, and I was like, what the hell was that? So I just goosed it, and I started flying down here, and it turned out it was actually just that train right there that you see going by on the right. It was just the sound of the wheels squeaking on the tracks, but it was loud. It really freaked me out, and I was like, oh, I'm out. Not getting me in a horror movie. I'm not that black guy in a horror movie. this guy's not getting it. So yeah, that really freaked me out because it was loud, and it literally sounded like an animal, and I was like, I'm out. So yeah, here I am back to where I was saying, going back to my side of the tracks. There's a train going the other way. I heard one of those two trains. I don't know which one it is, but going back to my side of the tracks again, and yeah, it started being fun again for some reason, even though my fingers hurt. So here we are at that part I was telling you about. That's really fast and really just, rough trail, but you can't see it because of the GoPro stabilization. Yeah, I'm on the way back home now, and I'm really close. So this is going to be the end of the video. But here, the wind wasn't so strong, and so, I was flying. You can't see it. Another reason they get the helmet cam. I was doing 75 kilometers an hour here, and I actually bottomed out the suspension on this trail. I heard it like hit hard. It was the rear, and it's that rough. You really can't see it, but it's really that rough here. But it was fun. I was doing 75 kilometers an hour, just flying, just literally, smoking through the forest here on this trail. And this was like just a blast. I totally forgot about my fingers, the cold, all that type of stuff at this point. It was truly great. right here where you see that line coming up right there. Bam, bottomed out the suspension right there. That really freaked me out. I come up here on the road, and one thing I didn't expect to see was a car trying to come down here. It was like some little SUV, and I didn't even slow down. I was like, screw it, dude, I'm coming through. And he actually made space for me, and I blazed right past him. Good stuff. It was good fun. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it'll be better weather next time I make a video, but we've got rain forecast for the entire week coming up here, so good fun. I don't even know if I'm gonna ride in the rain. We'll see. I'm going to ride in the rain. Who am I lying to? All right, guys. Enjoy. We'll see you around.